Lock in, guys. Lock in.
Right. Anyways, so Baratsuto shows us his screen. We see Kira. Isagi instantaneously rattled. Right. He's shook. He sees Kira. He's like, this guy's gonna come back and beat me up for what I did to him. He
Yes,
looks over to his daddy Ego. He says, "You can't let him play." Ego's like, "I won't let him play. Don't worry,
No, for me, yo, nah, that's fact. That's fact.
don't worry, son. I
I
won't."
swear to you, that's fact. Not gonna lie to you.
But I'm seeing around social media,
Oh, I have a lot to say about this. Yeah, go on.
people are saying this is crap writing.
Yeah.
This is
No, it's not.
this takes away all the stakes.
Yeah.
What's the
Green
point of having Kira back? We want different characters.
Fuck that guy.
Now, one thing I will say, I don't know what these guys read in episode 1,
I don't know.
because
I don't know, dude.
from episode 1, I think it was pretty obvious that Kira, if any character was to come back in
It
this
was gonna
series,
be him.
it was going to be him. A guy,
Yeah, I mean, he got
one of
cut
the
super
only
early,
guys that
so why wouldn't he
openly,
come back for revenge?
yeah, one of the only guys that openly opposed Ego's philosophy, and said that he wanted to prove Ego wrong.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go off.
Go on,
Can
Nickeem.
I go? All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna yap for a little bit, right?
Go ahead.
Turn on your
I-
echo
I-
cancellation, Dedu.
I was.
Nah,
Yo, hold on, let me get my book.
I
It's
was
risky.
in
pull
multiple
out this
of these
massive folder.
in multiple of these locker rooms. I have been the biggest Kira meat rider. I'm like, he's coming back, guys.
Very
Coming
obvious.
back, guys. He's coming back. Everyone called me crazy. Everyone called me a crackhead. Everyone called me stupid.
Those
Let
are
me,
true.
Then
let me tell you something this right now. Everybody that says this doesn't make any sense from a narrative perspective is did we read the same chapter? Did we read chapter 1
Chapter
and 2?
1.
Chapter 1 and 2. Did we read
Yeah,
it?
chapter
Kira-
1.
Kira. Okay, what do we know about Kira? Number 1.
his ass.
He's number
Teamwork.
1. He's the jewel of Japan. He believes in teamwork. He's a U18 prospect. He's literally I think they mentioned that he's a U18 prospect. He has press interviews. He's
Nickeem, answer this.
right?
Answer this.
Sorry. Oh, why didn't Kira join the U20 team in order to disband the Blue Lock? What the fuck? Because he got
Because he didn't get it. Also, here, he was invited to the
Bruh.
U18s. This is off topic.
U18,
It's
yeah.
related to Kira. He was invited to the U18s, right?
yeah.
The U18s is a separate team from the U20s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like, despite them all
But
being
he
under
got
the
knocked
age
out of
20,
Blue Lock.
they don't
So
play for
then
the
what's
same team.
so we're never gonna see the U18s.
No, we won't.
So why didn't he just say U20s? What's the purpose of the U18s in this context? That was my-
Maybe Kaneshiro just hadn't thought about the U20 at first. That's the only thing because it was chapter 1. I think that's the only reason.
Yeah.
They said
Right.
that
Most
He's
chapters
still
are
figuring things
pilots.
out.
They leave
pilot,
things open for interpretation.
I'm
Okay,
not
good,
going to
continue.
do too much, but Kira to me, right, narratively has every reason to be upset. You have to look. Fuck the you know, you have to look at it from a character perspective, right?
Mhm.
Imagine being the jewel of your country. You have so much to you have so much to offer. You have so much to give, right? And then you get caught off guard and you're being told that you can never represent Japan. Look how Nagi getting eliminated affected him mentally.
Mhm.
I can't even imagine what Kira went through when he went home that day. Like, genuinely, you have to look at it from. He probably wanted to kill himself. Like, it's awful. It's everything that he's
Homie went home, smoke weed, and just listen to Juice WRLD.
everything Kira had worked for had been stripped from him. So when I'm seeing Blue Lock fans being like, it doesn't make sense. Kira would have no motivation to do this. Why wouldn't he? I'm confused. He has every reason to oppose Ego. He has every reason out of anyone returning. And then another thing, right? Oh, it cheapens the fact that people can get eliminated. Kunigami came back and did nothing. No disrespect to Kunigami fans, and if you like Kuni, I like Kunigami too. But he was a ghost in Ubers and became a defender, and he said "ga" in PXG. That's all he does in PXG. So I truthfully, right? Truthfully, I don't think Kira coming back cheapens the story. I think if anything, it will actually heighten the story. And here comes the Nickeem crackhead theory. Listen,
Oh.
as we know, Isagi's becoming obsessed. Right? We see the brain boiling shit in the PXG game. He's slowly becoming he's losing it. He's losing a little bit. Like obviously, it's people were talking about the scene with Karasu in this chapter. I think he wasn't even being that mean. He was just asking Hiyori if he could. He was a bit harsh, but he wasn't. They're both wrong. They're both wrong how they approach that. But you see, if you look at that panel. You can actually see his eyes look crazy as fuck when he turns to Karasu. He doesn't look normal.
Yeah, he has his egoist eyes. It's the egoist eyes.
Isagi is spiraling. He's spiraling. Yep. And the reason I say this as well is because remember when they did the pressed, at the end of the NEL when they did that little celebration, Isagi literally says, "Damn, if I crumble under this world pressure, like it's cooked, bro. It's cooked, right? It's cooked." I can see a scenario where Kira has the complete opposite journey. Like those characters run parallel with each other. Where Isagi, he's been on such a high from the NEL. He's been on such a high. He slowly descends, and Kira slowly starts coming up. If that makes sense. I think now, obviously, people are saying, "Oh, but Ego said he isn't gonna." Come on, guys. Come on. Someone's gonna get injured, and Kira will get subbed on.
I was gonna ask that.
Wait, in addition to this, do you think Kira will act like a parasite to Blue Lock? His entire purpose is to rebel against Ego. Do you think he'll slowly wiggle, like what Isagi did to Bastard München and to Kaiser? He'll slowly wiggle his way in. Because Rain even said, don't act like you're the center of this team. And then the dialogue with Kata, he's starting being very rude, right? Do you think Kira will come in and kind of usurp the face of Blue Lock from Isagi?
I actually agree with you because I agree with you because I think what's gonna happen, right, is that as you can see in this chapter, Karasu even says, "Yo, you're being too harsh on Hiyori. Hiyori doesn't want to." I think Kaneshiro is setting seeds that there will be inner conflict throughout this entire tournament. I think a lot of the Blue Lockers are going to argue with each other because they don't agree with Isagi's methods. I think
there's definitely going to be a lot of arguing among players.
And guess who's gonna come in? Mr. Nice Guy. Kira is a sweet dude. He in the first, if you go back and read chapter 1, he literally says, "Isagi, you're amazing. Like I would love to have you on my team one day. That would be great."
Right, I'll be right back. Continue.
Kira doesn't disrespect Isagi. He's never rude to Isagi. If you go back and watch episode 1 and if you read chapter 1, he's never rude to him. He never disrespects him. He's super sweet to him. Only looks at him in disgust when he gets kicked out. Other than that, Kira doesn't even hate, bro. He even says we're the same age. Like there's no need for you to be so formal with me. I think maybe the team, Kira is all about teamwork, right? What if the team starts to warm up more with Kira and they start to not like Isagi like as much as they did before?
Yeah, Isagi becomes isolated.
I literally said this at the start. Like Isagi being a dickhead is going to lead to him being isolated.
Wait, can you also hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
I don't think anybody heard me earlier though because of Aero and Raito.
No, I think that would be sick because if you the season 1 poster and you have
maybe Kate can't hear us.
Or maybe Kate can't hear us. The season 1 poster where it's like Isagi standing and then Kira's behind him, like in his shadow. I don't know. I always found that poster a bit weird. I'm like, why is that? Why is he such a prominent character in the poster? He's not even in the scene. I don't understand what they're trying to do.
Damn, they've had the whole show planned out from the start.
Bro.
I can see a situation maybe after the group stage, and probably not before the group stage, but maybe after the group stage, where Isagi just sells a game. Like he gets too obsessed and he sells, and Ego is forced to stop Kira on, and then they win because of Kira. They don't win because of Isagi. They win because of Kira. We also another thing is a lot of people.
One sec, Nickeem, one sec. Kate, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. I think my phone just glitched.
Okay. All right,
another thing I heard a lot of content creators bitching about on TikTok, specifically TikTok, that I saw these complaints from. Another complaint was, well, how would Kira get on the same level as the Blue Lockers right now? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Are you telling me?
Even Ego said it.
Okay, so, like I said before, at the beginning of this convo, right? U18 prospect, he definitely had clubs lined up for him. Sai got recruited by Real when he was like, what? How
13?
14, I think, or something.
14? 13 or 14.
What? Who is this? I said this.
Arrow, you're
Arrow, muted. Like we can't hear you, buddy.
He was in Spain.
Don't tell him.
He was. Sai was in Spain when he was 13. He got recruited when he was 12.
Yeah, when he was 12. Now listen, right? I said this in Arrow server in the manga, whatever thing. But right, who is to say he hasn't been overseas at his club training. He definitely has club offers, 100%. He's a prospect.
Yeah.
He definitely has club offers. The clubs probably, you know how many clubs are interested in like U18 prospects, U17, like they
Oh yeah,
probably,
it's definitely something they look.
He
look
probably
for.
went. He probably went in and then just went back home and finished the
Yeah.
championship with his team.
yeah, he
Because
probably won nationals.
He's like, I don't want to join me. We got nationals to do.
Nationals
And then he lost the same day. Like,
maybe they won nationals and he didn't feel anything. Like they won and he was like, maybe ego was right. Like maybe I am missing something, right? Like maybe he did finally achieve his dream, and he was like, and then Bartuso comes in after nationals. He's like, hey man, you wanna come back to
well, he probably wasn't. No, he when the NEL started because he wasn't because this deal only happened after the NEL.
Yeah.
Right.
But
seriously. I could see so many clubs being interested in him, and I could see a scenario where he went overseas, trained at this club, and then came back to play. I could definitely see something like that.
Yeah, there's line up with people saying that maybe he would play for Argentina.
What club? I think
would it be for a club we haven't seen? Would it be for a club that we haven't seen?
It would be, if narratively, it should be for a club we've never met before, because I feel like that would.
Argentina would. Do you mean a club in Argentina or the country?
You can't play.
Yeah, a club in Argentina.
A club in
Argentina. Because a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, what if he played for them?" And I think it's just because he looks like blonde Oikawa.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be funny if he did a little Haikyuu reference and he does go play for Argentina. But I think, where would Kira? I think Kira could work in the Prem. He could work for an England club. He could play for one. I think he could also.
I mean, I say this. He probably were okay. I'll say this. I think Kira and Aiku would be good. I think he'd be good in Italy.
Oh yeah.
They function very didn't they function very Catenaccio, like very defensive then counterattacking style? Kira on the front line with Aiku in the back line.
I think also a Japanese club could have picked him up as well. There's clubs in Japan. In Japan. Yeah, it makes sense narratively if he went to go play for a Japanese club, trained, and then came back, because the club would give him the facilities. They wouldn't be because obviously the NEL basically gave all the Blue Lockers a Zenkai boost. It excelled their training.
Hear me out. Hear me out on this.
Yeah.
Right. The Blue Lock 100 goals challenge. The tech for that was inspired by Bastion München. It was the top club in Germany is what they said it was inspired by, and we see the same training facilities in Bastion München.
Yeah,
wouldn't it be interesting? Hear me out. If Kira went and trained at the rival German club to Bastion München, the same place that Isagi got his very first offer from.
Hold up, he's writing his part.
Yeah,
because technically, what is Kira going to do to be on the level of the rest of the Blue Lockers? What if he trained in similar facilities to Isagi this entire time?
Yeah. Do you guys know that tech, apart from obviously the hologram goalkeepers, that tech is actually a real life thing?
Oh, is it?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're telling me they did obstacle courses where they could have died?
No. I mean the balls. I mean the 100 goals one. The balls shooting out of holes in the wall.
Yeah, I've seen those. Are so cool.
Yeah,
that shit is so cool.
But no, if
I did not know they were based on something in real life.
If that Berserk Dortmund thing is true, that would go into my theory that they're running parallel with they've been running parallel with each other this entire time, just off screen. Like they've been.
I hope
that would be crazy.
Seriously, what can Kira do? Kira was a great talent, and I recently found out there was this headcanon that Kira was a person who put Rin in destroyer mode. Before Blue Lock, that's not real.
So it's a mistranslation. So basically, in a light novel, there was a player that pushed Rin to destroyer mode, but we don't know who that wasn't. Kira, it's a different school. We don't know who that was.
Okay.
Guess we'll never know who that was.
maybe he's part of Baratsuta 3.
It was less of a player. It was more of the team. It was just more of like there's pressure of no Sai. No one can keep up with him. That's what pushed him into destroyer mode. But that's the headcanon that existed.
Kira pushing. People also tend to forget that even Rayo acknowledged. If you read episode Nagi, Rayo acknowledged Kira. Yes, Rayo doesn't acknowledge anyone who thinks beneath him. Rayo doesn't care about anybody.
Yo, wouldn't it be interesting if Kira does usurp Blue Lock from Isagi and the only person backing him, because I think it'd be fucked if Bachira, Shigiri, like the two guys who have, I'd say Bachira and Shigiri are the two guys who stuck by Isagi. if they're just like, listen, man, you're going too far. We're not with this. And even Bachira's like, I'm sorry, man. Like this, you're not it. And goes to get it. And the only person staying by his side
The monster got too
is
strong.
Rain. The only other person who understands.
That would be interesting. But I think
that would be dope. Not gonna lie to you, that would be dope.
I think that'd be pretty cool though.
You know why I think Blue Lock fans don't like this Kira Returns thing? And I'm gonna say some ugly truth. I think it's because Isagi fans are a little rattled. I genuinely think they're a bit not scared, but they're a bit on their edge. Because you have to understand that
just like Isagi is.
Isagi ruined this man's whole dream, ruined his whole career, right? And Kaneshiro has the potential to do something extremely funny where they can knock the Isagi fans down a peg, and this Kira guy can come out of nowhere and be a top 5 in the verse. He genuinely could do that, and I think that's why these TikToks are. They're like, oh, I don't want him to come back. Even Isagi himself is like, oh, ego.
Isagi himself rattled.
Yo, thoughts on the playstyle? I think Kira could just be like kind of like Rain, but his displays of performances are like what we saw from Corona in the episode Nagi stuff. We only saw a little bit, but I think he would be a great kind of like Rayo, a great all-rounder, but not in the scope of copying people. But would it be kind of cool if he's kind of like Isagi emulation?
Yeah.
Like not copy, but he's good at adapting people in a way that he can. In the same way
he was a better Isagi.
He's gonna pop out with Metavision. I can feel it.
I would love if he is like Kaiser, Metavision and Predator Eye.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've actually gone over some of like Kira's scenes ever since like the thoughts of him coming back resurfaced, and there were a few things that I found. First of all, based on what his first game against Isagi showed, he's got a very decent first touch and a finishing ability, but the tag game showed that he lacks that bit of like instinct in front of goal. So I think he won't be like a poacher type of player, someone like a Shido who like latches onto chances and kind
Shido,
of
Kunigami. None of them.
So, and with if he retains this emphasis on teamwork, this first touch and interplay with other players could have him play kind of like a Roberto Firmino false 9 role, kind of a striker that drops off from the centre backs,
and brings everyone else in,
which could force basically, if you don't know ball arrow, a false 9.
My ass, Dedu.
I'll pass.
I do kind of know what a false 9 is. Again, I'm not the most knowledgeable, but I know what I've heard the term, and I know it to a certain degree.
I know. Just in case. Essentially, it's a striker that drops off between the defence and midfield lines, which leaves the centre-back marking them with a choice to either follow them so the false 9 isn't free, or leave them open to receive the ball.
Creating space.
I think Kira could play that kind of role really well, again with his emphasis on teamwork and his ball control. But also, he has a very good game intelligence himself. Like, in the first chapter, he comments on Isagi having a high game IQ.
Yeah, he already knows.
Despite the fact that at this point in the story, even like only after it, Isagi's game intelligence and awareness was mostly instinctual. Which built upon from his I smell a goal, which means Kira could have like kind of seen.
He saw potential when he saw you.
Yo, hold up, Dedu, you just got me something. Hear me on this. What if Kira is the first golden brain player, the mix of the genius and talented learner?
Oh shit!
Just hear me out. The people of the soccer world, the business people, they are usually drawn to geniuses. So people with the inherent abnormal physical abilities or mentalities, because it's marketable, right? Players like Nagi, Shido, Rin, Baro, Chigiri, Bachira, they're easily marketable. And they're geniuses. And usually you're going to align yourself with a genius, at least from the perspective of the people in the business world for Blue Lock, they're going to go for geniuses. Kira was marketed as the crown jewel of Japanese soccer, got the early request for the U18s. to me, and he even highlights, like, you think, like, people like Igaguri and Isagi are more talented than me, inherently that he is inherently naturally talented.
Yeah.
But your mention of him pointing out Isagi's game IQ would lead me to believe that he has a high soccer IQ.
Yeah.
So what if he's the first golden-brained hybrid that we get identified of genius and talented learner, and that's also what sets him apart from Isagi and gives him that edge to be parasitic to the team. He's just like Isagi, but he's a step above because he has those genius qualities that Isagi fails to emulate himself to.
Okay, just
I think that would be pretty interesting.
Quick little bit of thing. This is a lack of blue lock consumption on my end, but what's this golden brain theory?
No, the golden brain is just what I refer to people who are hybrid players, a perfect, almost 50-50 mix of genius and talented learners. The two examples are Noah and Kaiser. People who are who have genius, who have genius physical qualities that can upset the world of football, while also having the mentality and devotion to rationality and logical positioning and actions.
So like the perfect interbreeding.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm reading a manga that has that same theory that Area has.
So wouldn't it make sense to have Kira be something like that, since he's marketed both as a talented learner? He seems to have the qualities of a talented learner and a genius, and it would make sense for Isagi being an issue for Isagi, because wouldn't it be funny? Isagi eliminated what would have been the perfect version of him, even more perfect than Kaiser, and actually someone like Kaiser. Because he said Kaiser was the perfect embodiment of what his style.
Yeah.
Kira would essentially be like that, just Kaiser had the abnormal ability of the Kaiser impact that set him apart. But Kira would have just been exactly what Isagi turned into if he was just given a chance, and he took that extra step towards ego. So now Isagi would have to find another piece that sets him apart from them. Because, like, if Kira becomes the perfect Isagi, Isagi has to change everything to become the best striker, because there's already someone else on the team who is exactly like him. So either he changes his dream to maybe just doing kind of like becoming the next Snuffy, since people like to associate him with Snuffy, becoming the best player in the world, or trying to find his unique genius talent that puts him above Kira. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I can see Kaneshiro doing something like that. We'll have to see, but I think Kira's gonna be something special in this arc. I have all faith in him. Nagi, I don't know, but Kira, I'm riding. I'm putting
Nagi. I think you got to invest your stocks in. I think you have to invest your stocks. I think you have to.
Narratively, you have to. Narratively.
Yeah, Kaneshiro is forcing me to invest stocks into Nagi. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, Kaneshiro is forcing you to invest our stocks in Kira. Shut the fuck up.
No, but I like Kira more, so that's crazy.
I liked Kira.
You have weird taste.
But yeah, I'll get Dedu.
I do too. I like Kiora, so it's fine.
Dedu, you finish up. Then I want to hear from Lux, Rayo, and Kit Kate as well about.
Yeah. So just closing up, I was on the Kira's soccer IQ. Like his statement of Isagi having this high soccer IQ was obviously made while Isagi was still very instinctual with his play, which means Kira could kind of see the bubbling potential of Isagi, like far, I wouldn't say long before, but like a period before it even manifested as instinct, which shows he has a very great player readability. Like, he's very good at kind of just observing you and being able to just kind of get all there is to know about you. So imagine Kira playing as this false nine link-up forward, and he just has that innate ability to read into a player's talents, and he, kind of like mirroring Isagi, can then adapt himself to that player to then best link up with them to create like that teamwork that he always emphasizes. Like, Isagi adapts to devour his opponent, Kira adapts to harmonize with them.
Okay.
That's a bar.
Imagine running like a formation where you've got Kira and Isagi up top, both trying to prove like which philosophy is better. Isagi, the embodiment of pure egoism, and Kira, the embodiment of playing like a team. and they're literally just competing with each other to prove which philosophy is better.
So kind of like how Kaiser and Isagi were moving in the PXG game, except if Kaiser was all 100% about teamwork, like he would. I could see it. They'd be moving crazy.
All right, Lux, give us your thoughts on Kira's return.
I think Philippines hear me. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think Kira can come back, and I think he will come back. How do you guys feel about like Radar coming in and forcing them to sub him in like during halftime?
I think someone has to force.
Someone has to force Ego to do it.
Yeah, because
they don't have the control of that though. They don't have the control of that.
No, they can.
Like
really?
Yeah, because he's like the whole manager of like FIFA.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah, if Ray Doc says Ego will do it. Ego will do it.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be a little? Boss. But here's the thing: they get picked by the finals. Wouldn't you feel like it's a little bit soon for Ego to go back on his word? Specifically in this chapter, he literally says, "I won't hand you guys like produce the world's best striker and wager everything to get a World Cup victory.
But he wouldn't be
I won't hand you guys over to anyone."
If a character
but it's going back in the sense of he states his ego now, and now Kanashida is going back on that point of just ego being forced into it. Like,
yeah, but I think. Sorry, let me just get my thought off. I think what a lot of this has shown, with the NEL, the U20 match, the wager with Baratsuta here, I think it shows that Ego doesn't have all power. He's under the beck and call of the association. They're the ones that fund his project.
Yeah, it's shown in the chapter.
He's not all powerful. As much as he wants to be, he's not.
He's kind of lying to himself a little bit too.
Yeah,
like, I think he.
It's like him bluffing almost.
When he told Marasusa, "I'm the god of this project," like he was definitely capping a little.
He was.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he does have. He is technically the god. If you look at it, right, they could fire him, right? But the backlash would be fucking insane because he made everything happen. From their perspective, how they marketed it, Henri and Ego made everything happen. Sure, he helped financially, but when you're talking to like someone who promotes something, you're not talking to the sponsor, or you're not talking to the person who pays you. You're talking to the person who's being the face of it. Ego and Isagi, and they are the face of Ego, Henri, Isagi, Green, Shido. They're the face of Blue Lock right now. If Ego were to get fired, the man who made everything happen, oh my god, the backlash they would receive, the amount of pulled funding would get taken out from them. Blue Lock TV brought in so much money for them, but it's not them who did it. They funded the bit to get Blue Lock TV started, but Ego made Blue Lock TV happen.
Yeah.
If they drop Ego, they lose everything. He is the god of the project because to them they risk everything, and they can't take that risk.
I get what you're saying, but also I think they will be putting to answer Lux's question. I'll give it back to you in a second. But to answer your question, Lux, I think they will be put in a scenario where obviously it's gonna be it might most likely will be a player getting injured. It will probably be a player getting injured, and I think it's going to be either Ego is prideful, right, and he's like, I'm not gonna sub him in, or he has to swallow his pride, and Ego, in order to win this game, will sub in Kira and one of these characters. He will probably sub in Kira. He'll swallow his pride and do it. In order for Japan to win the game, I think he would. If it means winning, selling your soul, kind of like what Isagi is all about now. I think they'll do it.
I think Ego not having any, well, obviously he has some, but not having like total control over the project is symbolized in this chapter. Because you see, there is a page in this chapter, and it's where Ego says how if they don't win the World Cup, quote, I'll be ousted from Blue Lock. That page there. And there's like an aura around him.
Aura around him? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that isn't Ego's aura. If you look at the way the aura is shaped, it's wrapping around Ego. And it looks like a snake. Rasta is mimicking a snake using their most common style of attacking their prey. They tend to wrap around it and kind of just squeeze at it until they die. It shows that Ego is currently being he is in Baratsuta's hands at the moment. He doesn't have that ability to get free.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of symbolizes how Ego's not the one in control. He is.
And Nagi Central makes a good point here, saying that Kira might turn up in the side B broadcast, and then the fans in the manga might pressure Ego to play him because of they liked his performance in the broadcast.
Oh, like
well,
the
no, wouldn't it be
service,
crazy
yeah.
if just like Isagi in the NEL draw that other parallel? Ego's forced to play him because of fan service.
Yeah.
Same way Isagi was
and
played.
Isagi starts crying on the bed. Oh, it's gonna be good.
It'd be honestly crazy if, like, okay, at beginning of NEL, Isagi looked up to Kaiser as his ideal style. End of the NEL, Isagi literally took the shape of Kaiser to score the goal, embodying his ideal style. Now in U20 World Cup, he's essentially taking the full place of Kaiser, figurehead of the team, getting usurped, getting it taken from him.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
full circle.
Yeah.
Difference is, what will Isagi do to get out of this? What will he do?
I did that.
I have a prediction. I think Nagi could play a big role into that because I feel like since he's the second protagonist, I feel like Isagi's being portrayed as like the shadow or like the evil side, and I feel like Nagi will be the one to bring him back to light, and he'll stick with him. Like either it'll be him and Rin, but he'll stick with him, and like no matter what, like even if he changes.
I feel like the whole team is against Isagi. Nagi gets subs in, and Rin's
The
like,
only
yeah, bro,
I said this before. I disagreed. I do think it'd suck. Chigiri Bachira, even Kunigami. I think if Kunigami reawakened his original ego, he's siding with Isagi. So you have Rin, Nagi, Bachira, Chigiri, Kunigami, and Isagi together. Maybe Corona too. Corona would probably be there. I feel like Hiyori would be neutral. Like, love Hiyori, but I feel like he'd be neutral. Yuki, Mia, Raichi, I feel like they'd be neutral. And then everyone else is just kind of neutral or could side with him. Gagamaru too. Honestly, it could be a split. It could be a split. Your main cast of players, some neutral players, and then everyone else.
Yeah,
I could just see Kira doing like it'll be the same way it happened in the NEL, where he just slowly like gravitates players towards him.
Yeah. If he gets started over Isagi in a game, I feel like that'd be his turning point. That'd be like, I'm done. That's his. Oh, imagine if he started against France and Isagi didn't.
No.
Imagine if Kira took over the team to the point where he got started in Isagi's position over him. Imagine
I will say,
that'd be.
I will say it does look like these three group matches are the Blue Lockers' chance to assert themselves into the team. If not, they're getting taken over in the knockouts. Because obviously it seems like the Baratsuta 3 don't come in until knockouts.
What if this is all a subversion of expectations? Because you see how Isagi's smiling when Ego says we're gonna announce the regulars for Nigeria, right? What if, right? He ain't even starting against Nigeria.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like, what if, right? Because like, people are saying, oh well, why not? Why don't I feel like I'm not a football professional. I don't understand much, but wouldn't they want to preserve some of their best players as well? We can't have
we literally had this discussion before you joined.
Sorry.
It's funny the coincidence.
So basically, wouldn't they want to preserve Isagi in them, man? So like, I don't think having Isagi play every game in the group stage is gonna exhaust him. He's like, at the end of the day, these players are human. All right, and I've read other sports manga. I know what happens when players don't take care of themselves before a match. I'm not gonna say if you know, you know.
I know. I can't wait for that to happen in the movie.
There's another popular sports manga where someone doesn't take care of themselves and something happens, but I'm not gonna say where it is. Anyway, regardless, I think Isagi's gonna obviously protest, but I think it would be best if he doesn't play in every group stage game. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.